Oh, we didn't have the intro video. We're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I have a very special guest with us. You might have heard of her. You might have seen tokens named after her. She's been around for a while. And she's graced me with her presence today because she gave me a second chance. We were supposed to do this like a month ago. And, life happens. But here we are. And actually, times are a lot better than they were a couple weeks ago, aren't they?
Very much so.
I mean, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about everything right about now. The tables have turned. What do you think? Like narrative shift or what?
Yeah, huge narrative shift. I think there was like this sentiment that started going around the community, which is a little bit more negative. People like lowering their expectations type of thing of even X's and going like 10X, sentiment was a huge thing. So super awesome to see it shifting in the community now.
Yeah, I mean, you've been one of those people that's been consistent the whole time with hundreds of X's, life-changing returns, and it's tough to do, man. Like it's at the bottom of the bear.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that. They're like, oh, I'll be lucky to get out, maybe break even. By the way, for the break even soy boys out there, now's your chance. Last chance, everybody, because I don't know about you, but I think that that resistance is obviously going to turn to support. Given that we don't have like a solar flare or asteroid hit the Earth. I can't see what's stopping HEX PulseChain from now on. I mean, Richard's got lawyers. You've been keeping me up to date about what did you just post? Something about his lawyers being. Want to fill us in?
They put a motion to represent him in court, so that's super exciting. Especially considering his lawyers, like their bios are hilarious on their website. It's like, just billionaire type of lawyers. Money,
just billionaire things. Just, this one lawyer won the Quinn Emanuel guy. He won the scariest lawyer ever award, which I didn't even know was a thing. So they're giving out awards for scary lawyers, and this guy is the scariest. So there's nobody scarier. He's going to be great. And there's a lot of these guys that have worked at the SEC before, so it's kind of good to see that. There's always that element of, okay, if you shake the right hands and maybe they know each other from a previous job experience and stuff, like he's got the guys on the inside. And so we're all human beings, no matter how unbiased we claim to be. So, he's got exactly who I would want representing him. People I didn't even know existed, right?
Yeah. The Quinn law firm represents Elon Musk. So that's like just on its own should really settle people. But like if you go back and listen to the Richard Hart stream, so like I was not pro Richard Hart at like last cycle, all right, 2019, 2020. I wasn't a big fan of him. So like I had a realization like earlier on than other people, like some people still haven't come to it. So if you go back and like listen to his really early streams, like 2018, when he's planning HEX, he's just slowly starting to talk about it. Like he already mentions that he has lawyers. He already has legal advice on how not to be a security. Like these lawyers aren't new. It's so it's awesome
People
to see, it being public from him.
People just make up stories like, oh, he's hiding, he's on the run, and it blows my mind. But I guess they got nothing now. I wonder what the next made up story will be. But we got to control the narrative, So I think you're doing a great job. Hey, for people that don't know, we got 183 people watching. If you're not already subscribed to KDP, what are you doing? She's like the number 1, 2, top 5, 10 influencer. I don't know. I don't want to give out awards or anything, but she's got a lot of followers. And she'll tell you what's happening in the crypto space, especially in PulseChain, HEX, PulseX. If you haven't been following the Richard Hart ecosystem, that's what we're talking about. The big news is basically that Richard's going to fight back for your rights, all of crypto, for the rights of all of crypto. So, I mean, because really anybody watching, you hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, any altcoins, this is going to affect you in a way as well, because it sets precedent for people doing business and conducting normal crypto business. And, it could be your coin next. So, everyone hating on Richard or hating on wanting to PulseChain and HEX to fail, like they've already listed 10 other coins could potentially be at risk. So be careful, don't bite the hand that feeds. And if this case goes well, it could actually set a precedent. I'm hoping for, prejudice, dismissal with prejudice, which would be the most optimal outcome, which would mean like, you can't sue me again, like ever for the same stuff. So that'd be ideal.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are missing the fact that if he wins this case, like him and his lawyers are setting like a standard in the crypto space. Like there is no real like legislation or rules for them to abide by. Like Coinbase have been fighting for a couple of years now to get like clarity around these legal rights and legal rules, and they can't get it. So, if they win this, like it sets, a huge motion through the whole entire crypto space. I think that's the part people outside of our ecosystem are missing. Like it's more than just for HEX, PulseChain, and PulseX. Like it's for the entire crypto space. If they win, it would be massive for everyone.
Yeah, it's driving people out of the USA. Now you're safe over there in Oz, but us USA people, we're all scared to talk about it. Like everybody, a lot of YouTubers, when the lawsuit came out, kind of just went dark, or they went to different coins because they didn't want to be associated. Not like they can shut it off, not like they can stop us from free speech, but people in their head, they get this. I learned this concept the other day. There's something called an egregore, right? And that's like an ancient concept for an independent magical being that arises from like the hive mind or the collective consciousness or whatever. So it's almost like, the boogeyman, right? He's not real, but if everyone thinks he's real and he's going to get you, then, that's called the chilling effect. And unfortunately, the SEC, they don't want to make new rules for a brand new asset class. They want to apply a 90-year-old Howey test law, which was actually invented for a guy selling orange grove contracts to, blockchain tech, nothing to do with each other. And so they're like, the rules are clear. Come sign up. How do I sign up? Oh, we're not going to tell you, but the rules are clear though. And you should have signed up, even though, we got Coinbase knocking on their door, like 5-6 times, like they didn't even respond to Coinbase. Yeah. People are trying to do it right, but there's no right or wrong way right now. And Congress is also very upset with the SEC. Congress is pushing them to make new rules, new legislations. They're not doing it. So they're doing regulation by enforcement. For people that don't know, that's what's happening. And that's how I guess things have to get done, is in the courts, which is unfortunate. But, Richard's attack letter, I guess we're calling it, it was filled with case law. It was filled with a whole 30, 40 very well-known cases, very well documented. Hey, this is stuff that's had precedent before. We're abiding by all these laws. And in the future, when Richard wins this case, that's going to be another historic case law for other cryptos and other other people getting victimized out there by the SEC. Thank you, Fast Abdul, for the Canadian $5. He always sends me a different currency, this guy. HEX on ETH. HEX on ETH is the real HEX. You might be right. Katie, can I get your thoughts on HEX W?
The different currencies got me interesting. ETH W, look, it was good when it was a thing because it got HEX attention because it was, the prominent thing on the chain, but I don't know.
What do you mean? Richard wants to see HEX expensive on all chains. Everyone's just over-interpreting. And I remember that debate too. People will go after each other for anything. So, and how quickly people forget. This was the drama of 8 months ago, 1 year ago. But really what it was is a nice airdrop for people. Like I was able to extract a little bit of money out of it. So, a couple $100, I think, if I remember correctly. But don't forget, guys, you actually have HEX copies on ETHW. And if it does pump in the bull, it might be a nice little reminder of some bonus money.
Yeah. So I think there's so many narratives that go around our community. It's kind of like worrisome in the sense. It's like it controls people's minds though. So like the whole reason why the SEC is such a big thing and why people are like looking for Richard Hart to be the fall goat type of thing is back in 2017, 2018. That's when the SEC finally got their grips on crypto, right? Like that was the ICO rounds when literally they wiped billions of dollars out of the crypto market in scams. Like 99% of all those ICOs were scams. But it was the way that the SEC was able to come in and try and set their grips on us and control crypto. So it's all the way back 2017, 2018. They haven't been able to make an example of anything or set clear rules all that whole entire time. That's huge cycles. We went through the whole entire last cycle of everything popping off and there's still no clarity around things. So Like, yeah, I'm super bullish just on Richard winning. Like, it pushed the ecosystem aside. Like, all those different narratives that were going around. Like, I was so happy 8 months ago, 9 months ago, going, no, we're going to win this. Because, like, I was confident that he's going to win it. Because it's bigger than just, like, him, right? It's bigger than just his ecosystem. And he's always said from the very beginning on streams, like, I'm here for glory. Like, I want to make a difference. And how do you make the biggest difference in crypto? And it's like you take on the biggest factor that's like looming, that's making people scared and nervous. Like the thing that makes people worried to even set foot in this ecosystem. So it's like, yeah.
It's the final boss. The SEC is the final boss.
Yeah.
And thank you for the tip, Shaka Vibes. It said it's starting to feel good. LFG. Another tip from Hex Kong. Wow. I feel like these tips are for you, Katie, not me. But the future is caffeinated. Crypto coffee, hashtag crypto coffee. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Hex Kong. Yeah, I had a little too much caffeine today. My heart's like beating. But yeah, so the SEC is they've been going, there's so many legitimate scams they could have gone after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they picked the wrong one. They really shook the hornet's nest and they picked the only legitimate thing with actual precedent, which that's what helped me sleep at night. Like you were saying, like I knew deep down, like these did fail the Howey test objectively. And Richard has said, like, for all these reasons, and just reading the complaint as well and knowing that there were factual errors in there, it's like, well, if the truth actually comes to light and if the judge cares about the truth, then the truth is these are not securities and it's not even a legitimate complaint anyway. There's so much like laughable, all the wrong information, but you don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. So, you know, Richard was quiet and, you know, why would you want to help them fix it up? Have you read Nuclear Herbs post?
No, I haven't. I got sent it in DMs, and just before I hopped on here, I seen it, and I was like, I need to read that.
You were probably like too long. Fuck that.
No, he's cool. I like it. I like the stuff he posts.
He's great. Yeah, I highly recommend everyone go read that because, yeah, he goes through the factual inaccuracies and talking about how Pulse and PulseX were alleged to be traded on Uniswap. Which is just like, how do you even come to that? How does that make any sense? There were no transactions even involved on Uniswap to begin with. I mean, the sacrifice phase didn't even involve Uniswap, but they were claiming that because Pulse and PulseX were transacted on Uniswap and some guy in Brooklyn works for Uniswap, that everything took place. And it's like, that's not even true. And even if it was, it wouldn't matter because Hayden Adams living in Brooklyn has nothing to do with Richard and what he's doing. It just layers upon layers of, nonsense. So Dingo stole my baby. Yeah. I'm sure you never heard that one before, Katie. What time is it over there?
It's 10 a.m.
Jeez. Yeah. It's Friday night over here.
Dingo Stole My Baby is like a classic. Oh, it's awesome. You guys are like behind the times all the time.
What's the price over there? We 100x yet?
Hey, HEX is like looking like it wants to do a 10x. So, I mean, all jokes aside, it's super funny because you had like those narratives and everybody arguing which HEX is better and like this one's dead and we should all be over here and we should focus on this one. And then you go like, look at the charts and HEX is like gearing up to do some bonk style stuff right now. And it's like,
it's insane. I mean, HEX has it has lower liquidity, so it's more elastic. So it kind of makes sense. And then, I'm really happy I didn't give up on it, right? I'm happy I just kept, I didn't have much of a choice. I'm staked, right? That's the beauty of everything is I'm just kind of staked the whole time. So I didn't really have any hard decisions to make. I did have some liquid HEX coming out, which I rotated into a liquidity position because I'm going to make some yield on that. And I kind of treat that as my short-term bag maybe, but you know, everything that's not in that liquidity position right now is staked for me personally. So, I didn't really get too heavily involved in that battle. I was like disappointed to see people say, let HEX die. But you know, if you want to sell your HEX, go ahead and sell it, right? But the ones that didn't kind of got a free 1.5x on their money since, you know, it's worth about half of PHEX. Thanks, by the way, Hex Kong, for the upside down dollars. Appreciate that. Your money over there is like, it's like plastic, right? It's very colorful and it's like waterproof. You know, from what I remember when I was in Sydney, you have colorful money.
You don't have colorful waterproof money?
No, ours is paper.
Really?
Wait, have you been to the States before?
No, I haven't. Like, I
Oh,
plan
okay.
to, but no, I
Yeah.
haven't.
It's a bit of a long flight, you know. I think it's 21 hours if you have a layover in
Yeah.
Hawaii or whatever. But yeah, maybe when the bull market comes back, we'll be traveling the world, shaking hands, kissing babies, all that stuff.
You guys are like the capital of the world and you have paper money.
Yeah, it just falls apart in your pocket, right? The global reserve currency it gets wet and it just dissolves, right? Great job,
Oh,
Federal
that's
Reserve.
funny.
Great job. I'm in Portugal. It's still Wednesday. Lol. Dan, Ed. Oh, everyone's feeling a little generous today. I wonder why that is. Thank you, Dan, Ed. That's very nice of you, bro. Thank you. It does feel good, though. Yep, it does feel good. So,
Yeah.
what are you excited for in the future other than number go up? I'd put you on the spot.
I'm excited about so many things. Like, I know I annoyed so many people through the bear market, but like, I wish I had people the last bear market that, like, the last one that just went by. I wish I had people saying the same things that I've been saying to me. Like, I wish I had the confidence back then to look forward instead of now. So, like, I'm just super excited to watch our people win. And I know
Yeah.
that sounds corny, right? But like, there is hundreds of people that have like stood so strong through this bear market. They kept DCAing, they kept to their guns, like they ignored all these different narratives and they just kept pushing. And I'm most excited to see those people like reap the rewards of that. Like, I want to see them euphoric again and happy and, you know, all those different awesome things that you get to see in the bull market. I can't wait to see the Hexicans just, you know, yeah, be
Hell
rewarded.
yes. Hell
Yeah.
yes. I think I would love to see another Hex party, like the second birthday party. Which
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember that. Were you there for that time?
I wasn't. Well,
Uh,
I've seen, but I
yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good times. You know, that was euphoria. And in hindsight, you know, when everyone's partying, like Sami says, when everyone's partying, you know, partying naked, that is time to take some profit.
Yeah.
But
When
it will
people are
be
dancing on coffins.
yeah. Oops. Let's just sweep that memory under the rug. Luckily, I was only in that for like 3 seconds, but it's funny. Kinetics called me up at like it was like the day before that video was happening. I was in Chicago and it was happening in a completely different state. He calls me up and he's like, "You got to come to this music video." And I had like gone out the night before, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Just come. You won't regret it. You definitely won't regret it." And so I like took a red eye flight, and I'm like sleep deprived on 1 hour of sleep by the time I get there. And you know, I just feel like shit the whole time. I flew back the very next day, and it was almost like a dream. I was like, what was that I just did? I flew to a music video and then back again. And it's great though. It's great for the culture. It's you know, in posterity, it's going to be something we all laugh about for years. And you know, it's actually Freddie's actually talented. So you know, it was just the timing of everything too. It was just the fact that was like literally the top. So we've got a lot of generous people. Sorry, thanks Hex Kong for the EHEX L. An EHEX LP will prevent short-term whale stakers from ratcheting the T-share rate up. Yeah, that's also a good point. That's a good point. Dan, add another $9.99. Thanks, Dan. Nice guy, Dan over here. Sorry, what was that?
It's like ratcheting the T-share price up though. There is a certain entity or somebody that's like staking 650 million hex short term to ratchet up that T-share. So,
Really?
you know, and I mean, people can speculate who it is and what it is, but if you like go back and look at the earlier days of Hex when people started doing that, like the T-share price went up a lot. You know, the more Hex it takes to get T-shares, yeah. So I'd
Yeah.
pay attention to that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had some stakes expiring just after the 10% jump. So I didn't really get to I didn't get to get in fully before that. But yeah, I recently just had to make a 10-year stake to get the same number of T-shares that I had gotten for a 3-year stake. I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'm not selling now. So I'm just going to launch it and, you know, hope it all works out. We're pretty reckless, huh? Just staking this stuff for 15 years, but it's not going anywhere. Hey, yo, Mammy, 369, still holding. Pants are still on. Make sure you hold those pants up, yo, Mammy, because when they're off, that's the top signal, buddy. Hex Kong says we are going streaking up the quad and up through the gymnasium. Everyone's doing it well. And if everyone's doing it.
It's like funny because in Australia, skinny dipping isn't like uncommon. Like Americans like make all these jokes about like keeping your pants on and stuff, but Australians literally walk around with no pants on all the time.
Sounds like a beautiful place. Honestly, yeah, we're very repressed over here, which is why we got all our
Yeah.
senators doing weird sex stuff, getting caught all the time. That one dude jerking off on camera. I don't know if you remember that one. Um,
No.
no, it's gross over here. We're gross. We're disgusting. He's drinking. Paul's drinking in Amsterdam now. Mother hexes. Cool. Cheers. Happy Friday night, or Saturday morning. So, used to be. Let's see. You need to go visit Brazil. Ooh, maybe I do. A lot of naked people over there. Hex party in Australia. That's right. Me and Ben
Yeah.
Cage. We're coming. We're coming for you guys. It'd be great to meet you guys in person. Have you ever met Sami?
No, I haven't. He doesn't live far away from me though.
Cool. Yeah, that guy's a machine. I don't understand how he puts out so much content.
Yeah, he's like 19 hours a day crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to have him for sure.
Yeah. He's awesome.
But yeah, shout out to everyone that's still here. It's gonna be a fun ride. Knock on wood. We dump 50% tomorrow. Lol. Just kidding. But yeah, I think just it's easy to get behind knowing that Richard's actually fighting. A lot of the bullshit like storytelling. You just can't say some of these things anymore. So we're celebrating. Hey, I like those ticker symbols at the bottom of your video. How'd you get those?
In OBS, I use the widgets.
Oh, you're using OBS. Cool. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Very keen for an Australian celebratory events. Yeah, they have fun. I was actually just hanging out with a friend here. He's from Gold Coast, and he's excited to go back. He's got a girlfriend that lives in the States, and he just wants to go to Australia so bad. I'm like, I don't blame you, bro. Like his girl is taking him to Chicago and forcing him to be in the cold for a couple more months. But how cold does it really get in Australia? Do you guys have a true winter over there?
Not really. Not like you guys. There's like certain parts that maybe it'll snow, like the Blue Mountains and that. But yeah, along the mid-north coast up to like Queensland, it's super awesome.
Hold on a second. I know my camera died. Stupid camera. I got a backup though. Hold on a second, guys. I've done this before. I'm a professional.
You've got this. If your friend's from the Gold Coast, he would 100% be having like homesickness right now because the Gold Coast is like 38, 40 degrees right now and like so sunny, and the beaches up there, it's like crystal blue. So
here we go. You guys can see the whole room now. Oh no, my OPSEC. see my all my Hex clothing over there. I've got so many Hex shirts now. I feel like my whole wardrobe is just Hex PulseChain. Like I don't wear anything else. I've drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So what does it feel like to be a cult member? It's a pretty fun one.
Yeah. I love my cult.
The cult of getting rich. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Watch out, Katie and Coffee, because get on your seatbelt and we're going to the moon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I could pull up some charts and some prices and just talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at all the narratives that are going around, it's so funny because like the last narrative that went around is Richard Hart rugged $1 billion and that, he's run away with everyone's money. Next minute, that money starts bridging over to PulseChain and buying up Richard Hart assets. And then if you actually go look at the addresses, so I haven't like posted the on-chain analysis of the PulseX SAC address yet, but I mean, that SAC address has been like staking assets and earning APR the whole entire bear market. And like, if you look at the PulseChain address, for instance, the PulseChain address is providing LP over on Ethereum between HEX and USDC. So it's like all those narratives that went around, they're all wrong. And that's what people need to remember as well. Like moving forward, most narratives are wrong, right? Like you have to learn these things for yourself and actually do the research. and stop listening to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop listening to these unqualified Pepe profile pictures with like 200 followers that call them, they put research in their name. So they sound like they're a research company, but just like professional fudders, nothing else to do all day. It blows my mind. But yeah, how cool is it though that, I love that clip. You remember that one of Richard saying, what if there's unreasonable buying? What if, instead of the '08 dumping like everyone fears, what if it bought, which it did literally just the other day. Well, a related entity, address. So that 3.7 million moved over, and then what was it? 6 million of stables also moved over from a related SAC wallet, but I think that went to liquidity, didn't it?
Yeah, it's 3 stablecoin LP pairs, which is good because like we need more stablecoin LP pairs on PulseChain. So I mean, especially for like multi-hopping and stuff, if you're bridging over USDT, for instance, and like you're hitting up slippage. So yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, yeah, we gotta. It's to absorb any of the Jeets, basically. So, Bob Guy says, "Is that a pair of undies?" Thank you for the $5. The answer is no. That is that's a Discourse Syndicate tank top, bro. Get your mind out of the gutter. All right, Katie, you laugh so much. Facts, contagious. They love you. We've got 360 people here. That's like double what I normally get. So, appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, so look at this, guys. Past month alone, 50% up on Pulse, 77% up on PulseX. Ink tapped $1, 1.5 pennies almost on HEX, 62% gain. And that's just a proof of how quickly sentiment can change, really, in crypto. Just everyone's all sad one day, and then price flips around. Everyone goes right back to normal, like nothing happens. But yeah, it's always something in this crazy crypto world. So let me see. He was talking about Katie. Wow, I thought she was in another dimension where there's a 4 a.m. What? I don't get it, sir. Well, guys, you've got Katie here. Feel free to ask her any questions you'd like. She's our crypto connoisseur. And yeah, we've got a lot of stuff happening. If you're new here, don't be ashamed to ask a question. This is also for the new people, right? We got to get everyone up to speed on what's happening. And yeah, we're kind of covering the case a lot, but there's also developments just in the actual tech world, right? We've got 100 PLS faucet. You can get 100 free PLS every hour. Anyone that bridges into the PulseChain bridge right now, not only do you pay 0% fees, but you also get 1,000 PLS automatically. So you're good to go when it comes to gas fees. You don't need gas fees right now. That's probably one of the most underrated developments, right? It's like a faucet is huge for adoption, and you'd be surprised how hard it is to find on other chains. Like I was trying to get some free Polygon the other day because I wanted to make a Polygon transaction, and I had to go to like 8 different websites, and they were all like half of them were scams, and like I figured it out, but it was not easy. Let's see. Marco with the positive vibes. Yep. Shout out to Marco, one of the many holding it up, holding down the fort over here. Hex Kong is the Hex Cognosaur. Can we set some new terms for boob token? How's that one going, guys? Enjoy getting rug pulled over there.
Yeah.
Shaka Vibes, thank you so much for the $10. What is the best paid tool for doing on-chain analysis? Well, there's one really overpriced one called God, do you know what that one is called? What is the name? Nansen.
I really like Nansen.
You use it?
Yeah.
Isn't it
I try to get them. It's a bit expensive. I try to get them to support PulseChain, but they're working on like a new development at the moment. So like we're not doing anything. We're just working on this development. But after that, we'll look at supporting PulseChain. And I was like, yes, please.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. You're one of the people that takes shit into your own hands, which I really appreciate. Like the whole like you are the network thing. That's something that you understand at a deep level. Like if you want something done, just go ask. And I've seen like many instances publicly, usually on Twitter too, where you just like ask a company to list PulseChain and they're like, okay. It's like that's all you need to do sometimes. Be nice and freaking ask. So yeah, any other cool stuff? Any cool people you're talking to behind the scenes or anything like that?
There's several. I mean,
Nice.
like even Morales, for instance, because like they have node support and stuff. And it's like one of the things that we're missing in the community is like better node infrastructure for developers. So Morales said that like around this time, a little bit later in the January period, I think it was like the 20th area onwards, they're going to look at supporting PulseChain. Because like if you're looking to develop, it is a little difficult right now, like in terms of like analytical style things, because the subgraphs aren't the best. And some of the APIs give up bad data, or they don't give up the data that you need all the time. So we have like now nodes, which I got to support PulseChain as well, which is cool. But yeah, it's just they have like the support for block explorers, which GoPulse and that might be using. But yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's all like huge. I mean, and this is with no company, right? This is just kind of you working with people.
Yeah, I reach out to a lot of people. There's like a lot that are really interested in building on PulseChain and integrating. It's obviously like they have their own roadmaps and like where they're at in their development stages. So they always go like, I'll get back to you. But most of them really do get back to me. So like Gardarian and all of those guys, the change now in that, like I was the one that got in the rooms with them. And even like Deck Screener, like I knew PulseChain was launching and I said, can you support PulseChain? And Deck Screener was like, yeah, okay, we'll watch for it to launch. It's the community has the power to do these things. You just have to reach out to them and be nice.
I know. I'm pretty sure we're like half of Deck Screener's traffic. Hey, like you Google it and they can't even hide it on the search engine results page. Go on an incognito tab. You all watching can do this right now. Incognito mode. Look up Deck Screener and then how they have the sublinks underneath. That's SEO, right? So that's what's getting clicked on the most.
Yeah.
PulseChain always comes in the top spot, whether or not you're on a fresh browser or not. So all you degens out there checking the price every 5 minutes, thank you. It all makes a difference. Like, good job. Let's see, what else am I following in terms of coins? Liquid Loans is doing awesome. I think I just saw Hex Lena, our favorite cat influencer. She posted about almost a trillion PLS is locked up.
Ooh, really?
Wait, was that a bill? I might be wrong. Hold on a second.
Yeah, no, we must be nearly a trillion because last time I looked, it was like 950 billion, and I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. So it's 999 billion right now. And that's a lot of supply off the table, too, when you think about that. Yeah. It's not only supply off the table, but it's converted into buy pressure. Like, so as long as you're not being an idiot, please don't get wrecked out there. Please make your collateralization ratio nice and high. But I'm sure, you guys don't need me to lecture you about that again. And sometimes too, people do that 110% thing deliberately, right? Like we've seen people, I've seen the bot go off, be like, this guy got liquidated. And then some comments are like, ooh, wrecked. But it's like, I think sometimes people want to do that as a method of kind of extracting money without having to hurt the price.
Yeah. Especially if you're like a bigger guy too and you're happy to lose 10%. I mean, if you market sell, you're probably going to lose 10% anyway. So if you do a vault at 110% and you get liquidated, it's 10% of your value that you lose. But at the same time, you don't hurt the price. And the people that are in the stability pool get an asset that they want. That's why they're in the stability pool. So, I mean, for that sense, yeah, liquid loans is pretty cool. I like those things.
Yeah. And let's see. Katie asking for something and a random hexakin is doing the same. What? Keep it above 200%. Keep it. Yeah. Try to keep it at 300. I think the global is 300 average right now, 300%. I think I will get liquidated at some point. Wink, wink. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's like the goal, right? Oh, is that a sex joke? Yeah, come on. Come on, Hex Rockstar. This is why we can't have nice things. All you pervs watching right now, keep it in your pants. Just like real gold, you can mine more. Coffee, curious which crypto community Katie started pre-Hex. Pretty okay question.
Yeah. I didn't start in any other community. I've been in crypto for quite some time, but I've really enjoyed doing it by myself. I've never wanted to join a community, just like making random accounts, reading Reddit, going here, reading white papers, just investing and doing it solo. It's like where I live in Australia, I'm a small town girl. I'm not from the city either. So in my small towns, it's hard to find people that are actually in crypto. So yeah, my journey's really been by myself, just investing in things that I like. And yeah, I came to Twitter and I met the HEX community. It's the first community I've ever actually joined and been a part of.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What part of Australia are you from? Like Sydney area?
No.
No.
I'm from the mid-north coast, which is just like a bunch of small coastal towns up and down the
Would
side
you
of
consider
Australia.
yourself a bogan?
I can be a bogan if I want to be. So like in Australia, everybody is a bit of a bogan. It's just like what level of bogan we are. So
The
like
spectrum. Okay. I see.
yeah. So you can be like full blown bogan, or you can be like professional bogan. But no, we all have it. It's like, yeah, even down to our slang. Like we won't say afternoon, we'll say arvo, or like avocado, we say avo. It's like, yeah, just our general even day to day is supposedly like bogan.
I just sliced every word in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Australians are really lazy speakers. So you know how you get like lazy talkers? We're lazy speakers. So if it has like 2 syllables, we don't like it. So we'll make it like abbreviation version for that word.
I like that. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Why say many syllable?
Yeah. That's it.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, crypto nomad. Katie's fresh blood. Freshly joined, newly initiated cult member. Yeah, no, I haven't joined any previous cults either. My track record is mostly clean. Gotta say, this has been a fun time though. This has been a crazy. I never would have thought, right, that we'd get this far and like the community would spread like this. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's global. It's because everyone kind of has common ideals, right? Like I say this all the time, but we all like freedom and we all like making money. And
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of universal. I identify with the turbocharger sticking out of the hood, bogans. Okay.
That's like redneck type of bogan.
It's the same thing, I believe. We're just, yeah. We drive Chevys and we listen to country. Yeah, you don't really have country music, do you, in Australia?
There's a little bit, not like, I think we're everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know if country was like a uniquely American thing or not, but Australians are my favorite people to hang out with when traveling. Oh yeah, I always seem to find them, like music festival or you know wherever I might be. I've run into more Aussies than I would have guessed in my life. You know, they find you, I guess. Hex has the best ninjas. What the hell is this currency, Fastadoodle? Is this Australian? Why do you have so much different money? Abdul, look at this profile picture too. You would be the kind of guy that's hoarding different currencies. Fast Abdul's got a project coming out. It's called 2Fucks. It's a fork of Aura, just like Fucks is a fork of Balancer. So it's a way to optimize your yield. And as a yield farmer, I'm interested in it just because I like passive income, but you don't have to touch it. Don't have to, you know, just because I talk about it, you don't have to touch it. Everything comes with more risk. So just something to keep an eye on. But yeah, thanks for
Is that like to pull together the governance in voting?
Yeah, basically the way I kind of understand it is it gives you more voting. You pool together your voting power, right? So that your rewards are higher because your liquidity ratio to the voting power. Yeah, you get it.
Yep.
I'm preaching to the choir here, but yeah, it's a little bit more advanced. So do you have those giant huntsman spiders in your part of Oz?
Yeah, we have huntsman spiders.
Yeah, they're pretty big. The first and only time I was there was 10 years ago at this point. So I barely remember, but I remember seeing some huge spiders. The first roo that I saw was roadkill. It was a dead one. So
yeah.
And I ate a kangaroo burger, little gamey, little chewy. Oh, by the way, I'd like to publicly apologize for saying Aussie like a freaking Chicagoan. Yeah. Afterwards, I watched myself, and because I just, I like masochism, I guess. And yeah, I was like, oh man, they're gonna hate me for that one. So Aussie, everybody, it's Aussie, not Aussie.
Yeah.
Be respectful.
Yeah. That's Australians for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got called out right away, and I'm like, oh shit. Let's see. Are you from Newey? What is that?
Newcastle. No, I'm not. I'm not far from Newcastle though. I live like, well, I grew up maybe like an hour and a half from Newcastle.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think what is that? That's north of, is that New South Wales?
Yep. New South
Still?
Wales. Yep.
Gotcha. Sandy Beach says he's guilty as well. Katie, what were you like as a kid, and how did you get into crypto and PulseChain?
What was I like as a kid? I grew up on a farm, so I was a farm kid. um, I grew up with like go-karts and dirt and yeah, not much technology, more of just a real farm girl. And I got into crypto because when I left the farm and went to school and stuff, I had people that played with the black market buying stuff with Bitcoin.
Most expensive Grandma Molly you ever bought, eh?
Yeah, look, so that was how I learned about Bitcoin. And then I got interested.
No, honestly, me too on that one. You know, it was back in the day, my friends would joke about, hey, we should start a mining rig, but really all we did was like bought weed and shit.
Yeah.
Allegedly. It wasn't me, it was someone I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was the first use case and it's legitimate, right? And like,
Yeah.
hey, look, marijuana is legal now, so everything's fine. But yeah, the dark web is it's a crazy place out there, guys. All you hucksters, all you crypto hucksters using crypto for the dark web and money laundering and sex trafficking. How funny is that one, right? Like Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, it's
Or what should I call her? Little Feather, Chief Little Feather, as she likes to go by. Yeah.
The world is not what people think it is.
True. What's all the hoopla about KDP in a picture in 2014? It's in the feeds of all of her comments. This fucking guy's name. This everything about this comment. And that's probably not a real profile picture either.
Yeah. It's yeah.
If you know, you know. I mean, feel free to tell them.
I love that Ministry of HEX dude that popped back up. He made a video and that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like 11 days too late. Somi should have made more videos and stuff.
He could have worked harder.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And the people that are like saying Katie laughs a lot. Yeah, I really do. In real life, like away from like the screen and crypto and that, I'm a super happy person. I spend like most of my day joking around and laughing. I don't know if people can get it by like my sarcasm sometimes on my account, but yeah, no, I am just genuinely a really happy person.
Good. Yeah. We need more people like you. And it's good to just kind of be above all that negativity. You get what you focus on. So that Hitler video had me dying. I was so good. Ministry of HEX, great to see you again. I don't know. He was here in the early days of HEX as well. He made similar videos, but this one was just spot on. Just so good. Let's see. The dudes in the comments need to chill a little bit. Yeah. All you simps need to take a deep breath. Maybe go to a different website for what you're thinking about. Believe in yourself says, grateful for the whole lot of you. Deal with it, eh? I'll deal with it. I can deal with that. Duke of Booze says, cheers, everyone. So what's it like to be a female in crypto getting simped on all the time?
It's interesting. But yeah. I mean, at the same time, I actually really like some of the simps because they were like the people that supported me early on before I even showed my face. So like the other thing is like I didn't start posting really pictures of myself or like showing my face until a bit later on. And some of those like simps were the really early guys that started supporting me before I even was like, yeah, this is my face. So I mean, yeah.
There's a tasteful way to sim. It doesn't always have to be like gross. It's an art form, really. Hex Kong
Yeah.
says Ministry made the Bunga Bunga commercial. Lol. Yeah, that was hilarious. Or the what was that Rick and Morty clip, right? Where like
Yeah.
all the coins are dead. Trip seeing those ads in the random YouTube vids. I know, right? Yeah, we so I don't know if you remember this, but he actually made a real advertisement that was it was like a Hex cult themed. It didn't make any sense at all. Like when you got done watching the ad, you were like, what the fuck? Like, what did I just watch? And it's like Hexo in a robe and his eyes light up all red. And I think there was a goat involved, and they're like chanting bunga bunga, and then Richard Hart's face just slides by the screen, and he ran it as an ad. And yeah, I don't know how many people that converted. It probably just caused mass confusion. But yeah, the guy's a legend, man. I'd sip my coffee, but he doesn't have boobs. I'm working on him. I got my A cups going. That's why I hit the gym. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Sometime by nerds. Yeah. Well, it's crypto. We're all nerds. But we're the rich nerds.
Yeah.
The transition from AU to USD on board to Hex, there's not much left of the Aussie dollar after fees. What's the best strategy when starting out? What's the best strategy, stake or not? Well, to me, it's like, why not? If you're just going to hold it for X amount of time anyway, why wouldn't you? What are your thoughts on that for this guy?
Yeah, it's hard sometimes though when people say if you're a smaller guy, because like it's hard to judge too because you don't know what they're talking about in terms of size. But like if you are a smaller guy, like you're not going to be making bigger plays. And I think the biggest thing that people stuff up in crypto is envying the other people that have more money than you. So like someone's always going to have more money than you, right? Like someone's always going to be bigger than you. So you need to not worry about those guys and yourself. And if you're a smaller dude, like you want to earn passive income even on the money that you have. So like if you're onboarding yourself, you're on PulseChain, staking HEX is a really good idea in the sense that you get more HEX, right? Like obviously time it as well. If you're worried, you're planning on selling, for instance, you can plan it so that you're out before the top's in, right? Like you can plan it so that you only do it the period of time that you're happy with. But yeah, if you're not earning passive income, then, it's, yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's just a why not, right? Like why
Yeah.
protect yourself from your emotions or keep it liquid. But I mean, 80-20, 20% liquid, 80% staked. I understand wanting some liquid so that you can sell, but while you are liquid, you are virtually lending value away to the people that are staked. They're getting all the inflation, you're getting diluted. So if you say in your head, I'm gonna at least hold until, I don't know, September of 24, why wouldn't you want to make that stake?
Yeah.
Oxball Darcy. Lol.
People are gonna get a little stuffed too though, because I think there's so many new people here that haven't seen 10x's before, 20x's, 100x's, and it's harder to actually hold when you see that dollar value go up. Like when you're in that euphoric stage and you're not somebody that's ever had money before, when you actually have money, that's difficult. Like sudden wealth syndrome's real, like all those different emotions that you have to go through. So staking kind of saves you as well and helps you hold to the top. Like, yeah, it's gonna help you.
100%. Yeah, it is real. That, oh my God, I've got six
Yeah.
figures in my account. Oh my God, it's seven figures. And like, it's easy to just not take profit, and having the stakes coming out, every interval helps you collect yourself. And you're like, okay, well, this one's coming out. Now I got to think about this a little bit. How much do I want to restake? How much do I want to sell?
Yeah.
And it helped me a lot. And I still believe in the staking ladder. Obviously, I'm still doing it. I think my average is like 7.5 years. But it's so easy to get caught up in the moment and say, I'm a genius, but it's going to go even higher, and I know people that did that, and then they round tripped it and they wrote it all the way back down, or they, bought more at the top. And it's going to be tough, guys. Like, it's a good way to manage your own emotions, right? Protect yourself from yourself.
Yeah.
That really is, like, we're not just saying that. Like, it's easier said than done to be liquid, right?
Yeah.
Where can I go to ask questions about PulseChain? You're right. You're in the right place, Scott. Ask anything you want, bro. Ask anything you want. Is there a compilation site with all the links for PulseChain sites, or can we run down all the links real quick? We can run down all the links. Go in the description right now. You've got gorealdefi.com. So that's all the applications. You got gopulse.com. You got pulsecoinlist.com. What am I missing, Katie?
Those three are probably the best, to be honest. Those three kind of have everything. Like GoPulse has like more of your stats for PulseChain related. Pulse CoinList has like the whole entire ecosystem, and Go Real DeFi always has the updated links for all RH official sites. So
yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. Dex Screener is pretty good if you want to track, all the different altcoins or whatever. HEX Scout, how could I forget? HEXScout.com. One of the best, probably the best portfolio tracker. If you're one of those guys that keeps it simple. If you're in a bunch of liquidity positions, those aren't going to appear in HEX Scout. But, most of you guys signing up probably shouldn't be messing around with liquidity unless you understand it. But yeah. What do you think about liquidity? Are you doing any liquidity stuff yourself, or?
I pulled out of my LP pool that I was in. But I will probably deploy liquidity again. But it's like, it's difficult though when I don't want to really talk about liquidity sometimes for other people, because they get like this idea that farming's awesome because like you had it in the summer of DeFi last season and like everybody went farm hopping. But they don't talk about the fact that most of those people didn't make that much, because by the time you jump into the high APR pools, like it's already depreciating because other people are jumping in behind them. And then just LP pooling in general, like if you're in this ecosystem, staking HEX is probably going to earn you the same, if not more, without the impermanent loss risk. And then, it's
I agree. It's something that just because people talk about it doesn't mean you have to. And there's safer ones. Like I think PulseX, that pair is obviously safe because they're kind of locked in a ratio. Safer, but it doesn't mean that just know that whatever two coins you put in, you're going to pull out different values of those two coins, and you're going to end up with more of the less expensive one and less of the more expensive one. And hopefully all your fees and your INC token made up for that, what's called impermanent loss, because that's what that is. So go ahead.
I think for me, I'll talk about LP providing more towards like the top, or like towards an area that I think people would have reached like their goal in terms of like dollars of what they want to earn. Because if you like teach people then how to LP pool, then instead of market dumping, they can like put up a LP position and like slowly exit that way, because then they get the token that they want. Especially if you're in like that euphoric phase still, like you can exit out of something and retain something else that people are purchasing, right? So like in that sense, I really like LP providing, but I just think there's too many things that some of the newer guys don't really understand that could get them a little bit wrecked.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about LPing at the top as a way out is pretty advanced stuff. Jeffrey Powell, thank you for the $10. Check out the new Pulse 17 game. Well, okay. Check out the Pulse 17 game, guess the number, and win the PLS and the smart contract. All right. There's literally no other FOMO game like it on any other blockchain. Sounds like a relatively harmless game. Sounds like something my peanut brain can understand. Guess the number and win PLS. Yeah, games to a degree, they're sticky, right? Remember that freepulse.io? I really wish that website stuck around, but yeah, there's space for kind of these lottery games. You've got Pulse Pot out there. I don't want to like shill them too hard because I don't want people to waste all day every day. It's like sitting at a slot machine to a degree. But thanks for the tip, Jeffrey Powell. And yeah, you get a shill. Crypto Stylist says, love this duo. Good to see you, Crypto Stylist. Always a pleasure. We've got the dream team in the chat over here, guys. Damn it, Matt, answer me, lol. I've pissed off Einar, our southern friend. What did you ask, bro?
Is there a buy price info app for PulseChain?
Is there a buy price app to look at buy prices?
Pulse CoinList? Pulse CoinList has like the list of everywhere that you can buy PLS. Otherwise, I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, if you want to look at everywhere that you've personally bought, you can go to Dex Screener on that pair copy paste your address into the maker tab. I suppose I could show you guys a little example. All right, let's pull up something real quick. Pull up Dex Screener real quick, like. All right. Oh, I had it. Okay, that's it. This is Dex Screener. This is, where all the charts are, and like if you want to go see, like let's say I bought a whole bunch of PulseX on the PulseX pair. You see where it says maker right here on the lower, in the transactions columns on the lower half of the screen. There's a chart, and all the way to the left of that chart it says maker. And if you click on filter, the filter button over here, you can filter by maker, and you could type your own address, and you could see all the different buys or sells that you made. And this is also how people kind of, track other people's wallets and spy on other people, which I don't waste too much time doing. But it was cool to, you could type in that OA related wallet, and you could see, oh my God, he actually did buy whoever that was, a bunch of PulseX and PulseX. So maybe that's what you're talking about. Hopefully that helps. To log your own. To log your own. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to log them yourself to a degree. No, not. It's a good question. If there was something out there that I knew about, I would let you know, but I don't.
Coinly had something, but I haven't been on Coinly for a moment, and I know they support PulseChain now.
Oh yeah, Coinly with a K. Maybe check that one out. Yeah, they didn't really give a clear like.
They don't do HEX properly. No, they didn't.
Yeah, it was. I think they do support PulseChain, but they also miscategorize sometimes people's purchases as, or somebody sending something to somebody else. They'll categorize that as like a withdrawal or something, and it's not always right. Hold on a second. My mouse just messed up. All right, what's going on, chat? 365 people. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Hex Fire will track it, or is that only stakes? I think that's only stakes. Hex Fire. I don't know what you're talking about there. All right. Well, my mouse isn't working, so I'm panicking. I'm panicking. The battery was loose. Okay, we're good. We're good. Dex Screener, yep. Share the stream? What do you mean share the stream, sir? I've shared the stream. Katie, we're at about an hour. What do you want to tell the people? What do you wish they knew?
To stop listening to everybody. Even though they listen to me, too, I guess, right? Like, yeah, no, I really think people need to stop listening to everybody else and think for themselves, because like 99% of the narratives that you hear are going to be wrong. And they're going to just be somebody else's made up impression, right? Or their speculation and not actually like verifiably true. So I just want people to think for themselves this cycle, because like we have so much exciting things happening. Like PulseChain's only 8 months old. It's undervalued. It's got huge upside potential, and there's just crazy things that keep being built on it as well. So, I want people to think for themselves and make good choices this cycle, because I'm super excited to just watch our community win, and I want them to win too.
Yeah, I mean, you all definitely deserve to if you've held through this long. Holy crap. I mean, that takes a toll on you. Crypto really ages you, right? But I was thinking about the other day, and I kind of I was trying to be lighthearted about the tweet, of like, imagine someone just stakes their HEX for 2 years, comes back and didn't pay attention to any Twitter, any made up bullshit narratives from people that don't know what they're talking about. Like, you would probably actually be way better off. Now, am I personally going to do that? No, I'm addicted to Twitter. I scroll like 2 hours a day minimum. It's embarrassing. But, do what I say, not what I do. No, it's, we all know what we should be doing, right? We all know deep down, like, kind of there's better productive ways to spend your time, but you do kind of become influenced by what you focus on. And if you're hanging out with the people that are the naysayers, people dedicate their lives to just hating, and it feels a lot better to get that hate out of your heart and to just kind of rise above it. And if you don't believe, no one's making you do anything, no one's forcing you to be here, but there are people that want to just drain you, like energy vampires that just want to, misery loves company, they say. So careful out there, guys. It's a minefield. Yeah, the fudders, right? But
Yeah.
that's also creating like an us versus them. Like, I don't really even mean to try to do that. It's like everyone's goes through their own emotions in life and stuff. But it creates kind of like a vortex where if you get too close, you can get wrapped up in a whole bunch of people, and then all of a sudden, like, they amplify each other and everyone feeds off each other. You can feed off positive energy too, right? They're both contagious. So yeah. Release the hate. Yes. Cool, guys. Well, thank you all for coming. Katie, that was wise words. We're very lucky to have you in the community. Top whatever 5-10 influencer of all time in the PulseChain community. Go follow her, guys. KDP Crypto, Twitter, YouTube. Anything else you want to shill?
No.
Okay. Hey, one last tip too. What a beautiful combination. I'll catch you guys on the rewind. I love the chillness between you both. Thank you, Crypto Artie. Yeah, I'm going to ignore that other question. Thanks, guys. I will see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. We're all going to make it. Hold strong, boys and girls. See ya.